So I was over at Micro Center a few days ago and I saw this Raspberry Pi for only $15. It was the A plus. I really didn't know too much about it, but for $10 more than a zero, I thought I'd give it a go. Partly because I just thought it looked really cool. I mean, I know there was a Raspberry A model a while back, but I just thought this had a really neat form factor, especially with its, well, I say silver, but it's you know, just a metal processor. Compared to my old Raspberry Pi, this thing looks like it's in the rocket world, the whole new generation. I mean, this guy still has the old big clunky SD card, and the one thing this does have is a couple of extra USB ports. This one only has one USB port, but that's alright. I mean, you can get an adapter, you can get a hub for like $1.99 at Micro Center. So I thought, you know what, how about I give it a go? And I think I figured out why it was returned, because it still actually had its SD card inside. And when I loaded it up, I thought, you know what, let's see what the other person had on this guy before he returned it. There was just like this square rainbow color boot, you know, screen, and it didn't really do anything other than that. It was just that screen. So I decided to install Raspbian to see if that would work, and that actually worked completely fine. So I thought it was the micro SD that was corrupted. So I got another micro SD and I put in RetroPie and I turned it on, and what did I get? I got the rainbow screen of death. It just didn't boot up at all, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, I guess this thing just doesn't really work with RetroPie. And I looked it up a little bit. Turns out it needs an update. Like, RetroPie needs an update to work with the A plus. And once I got that update, it actually worked 100%, and now it works really well. It was kind of like a side project by a general user. It wasn't an official RetroPie install off their website or anything like that, so I would caution, you know, use your own discretion with downloading it. But my advice is, if you see one of these A pluses at Micro Center on clearance for $15, I'm guessing it was because somebody tried to install RetroPie and it didn't quite work. So I'd say give it a go, especially if you want like an emulation machine. I mean, it works a lot faster and a lot better than these little Pi Zeros. I mean, these Pi Zeros are really cool. You can, you know, do all sorts of stuff with them. I have one in a Super Nintendo cartridge. That's my little Super Nintendo classic. But I mean, for N64 and for PlayStation and things like that, I think this guy's definitely a lot better, and it is also quite small, and it could probably fit in my Super Nintendo cartridge. The thing is, though, I think I'm actually gonna, my wife got me this fancy 3D printer for Christmas, so I'm gonna try and make a, you know, maybe like a Super Nintendo case for this guy. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this thing. If you want, you know what, how about I just load up a couple games just for you guys to check out. So how about I go ahead and do that? Alright, so this is RetroPie on the A+, and I think the game that's going to test this the most is Super Mario 64, seeing as how that's kind of the only game I have that isn't like 16-bit or 8-bit. Back in the day, I had an Nintendo 64, but the only games I actually played were Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. I didn't really play anything else, so I thought I would try Mario 64, so that's really the only game I have on here now, seeing as how I have the other games on my old system. So let's go ahead and load up Mario 64 and see how it does. And to be honest, I think it does completely fine. The only problem that I've noticed, there we go. The only problem I've noticed with the Pi is that it really likes a good USB power supply. I originally had it with a, you know, just a generic power dock that I found in my closet somewhere, and it kept on saying the power wasn't enough, so I ended up getting my good, I have this tablet charger that I used, and now it's working completely fine. So if you were to get this guy from Micro Center, invest in a pretty good power supply. 2.4 amps, I think, is, you know, what's needed. Why aren't you starting, Mr. Mario? Because you're just getting little. There we go. And I'll start a new game. Here you can tell I'm not a huge N64 fan. Why does it keep on drifting over like that? It's kind of weird. Yeah, so definitely get a good power supply and get that update for RetroPie, and you have a really good, really cheap emulator, which is the business. I'm also using this Wii U controller. I think this thing is just really neat, and seeing as though I don't use my Wii U anymore, well, I do use it, but I don't use it nearly as much as the other things I have. I don't have to switch back and forth between controllers as much. Let's have Mario run around just a little bit to show you how smooth it is, and then I'll let you guys go. And yeah, definitely, if you see a Raspberry Pi 8 Plus on sale for $15, a clearance that somebody's already used, definitely check it out, because I think it's pretty neat. Woohoo! My grandma had this game, actually, and I'd play this over at my grandma's house. She was actually a lot better at it than I am. Let's see if I can do... I'm using one hand to record and one hand to play, so we'll see if I can do a couple of jumps. Oh, good afternoon. Bloop, 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 bloop. Alright, let's see if I can do a jump with one hand. Oh, not quite. Will it let me in here? I don't even remember how this game... I couldn't get very far. I'm not actually very good at video games. I like them, but I'm pretty terrible. Alright, let's see. Oop. I just want to do one jump before I go. Ready? 1, 2. Nope, that's not... Alright, I will do this. If I had 2 hands, I could do it. I just want to do one jump. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should do it outside. Maybe if I go all the way at the top here. Alright, I know. I need a key. Alright. Ready. Oh my goodness. Alright, never mind. If you want me to try and jump as Mario, maybe play the game with just one hand while I'm holding the camera, then let me know. But other than that, yep. I hope everybody has a great day, and maybe take a trip over to Micro Center to see if you can find yourself a deal. Bye.